773, someone nominated for the Australian of the Year award. His name is John Caldwell, and his story is one growing up in a situation where there was domestic violence. There was bullying at home, bullying at schools, a lot of travel going from one place to the other. His father committing suicide and him being told that it was his fault. The fact is that he was belittled and bullied and should have been a statistic. Hard work and amazing turnaround in his life. He's the author of a book called Throttle, which is used in his company not just as an autobiography, but a part business manual. John, how do you use this as a part sort of manual for your business, your staff?
Yeah, it's not part manual for our stuff, it's part manual for other people. It's a part manual for people starting a small business or in a small business, and it explores, like my upbringing did, it explores the business side of things and how we constantly need to change in the business to be relevant, how we face objections that we come up against. In this day and age, it's very difficult to be in a small business. So we talk about the examples that we faced, how we overcame them, and there's takeaway bits that summarise it, make it really easy for people to look at as well.
Now, I was reading an article this morning, John, about a young boy by the name of Davian. His story is his mother died when he was young. He's been in foster care his entire life. When I read his story, I thought, here's the classic story of a bullied kid, of a kid who's had the world turn against him. And he's made news because he stood up in front of a church and said, I need someone to adopt me, please. But in the midst of this story, it said, more than anything, he just wants someone to tell him he matters. And when I was reading that story and talking with you about the stuff that you experienced as a kid, what kind of a difference do you think it would have made to you as a child if someone came up to you and just simply told you how special you were?
I think it would have made a massive difference, but I think probably not having that is what drove me so hard to succeed, and the determination to show people that I do matter, even if they don't think so, made a big difference. But everybody needs to be loved and told that they're okay.
I want to explore that line you just said there about the determination to show people. Now, we explored before, you grew up living in caravan parks, you were constantly the new kid in school with no shoes, you didn't have the uniform, you didn't fit in, you were bullied very badly. Now, you're a TV film producer, you're an author, you're a speaker, you are a CEO of an organisation, you've been a top franchisee. Success is you embody success now. Have you encountered any of the bullies from your youth?
No, and I think given the travel that we did, I didn't go to a regular school, so I'm not in touch with any of those people. No, I have not. But in many cases that we do work with and explore, the bullied victims are often far more successful than what the bullies they end up being.
Do you think it would have been different for you if you were a child now in today's culture?
Yeah, I do. I think it might have just pushed me over the edge. I say one of the things that was my safe haven was when I got to go home and close that bedroom door, I got to escape the world. I think cyberbullying now, I didn't have it when I was a kid. It just takes that last little bit of peace and respite away because it now comes into your bedroom and it haunts you there as well. So it is certainly a much greater issue and no rest from it.
I want to save your key message as the last question. So this is my second last question to you. If you could talk face-to-face with a child who is a bully, what would you want to say to them? What would be your key message to them?
I guess I'd want them to realise that what they do now does travel with them for the rest of their life. And if they push someone to the brink of suicide, they will live with that for the rest of their life. And a key study just came out to say that not just victims, but bullies are 5 times at greater risk of developing mental health issues down the track. So what they think is them being stronger now will make them weaker long term.
So finally then, if you were to, in the work that you do, encountering children who are bullied, face-to-face, one-on-one, imagine you're in that situation, what would you want to tell a child who has been significantly bullied and maybe is even been considering suicide?
I definitely think they need to visit the charity website, which is angelsgoal.org.au. There's a range of tools there, from keeping diaries of it, how to proceed with it, there's how to speak up, who to talk to. There's even an anonymous speak up page for bullies or bystanders. But ultimately what I would say to someone being bullied is that this is, like I said before, not the end of your life. It's just the beginning. It does get better. And the things that you're being teased or bullied about now will ultimately be the strengths of your personality in later life.
Yeah, absolutely. John Caldwell, thank you so much for your time. And thanks for sharing your story of this evidence to our young people who think that this is devastating in their situation, which it is, that there is hope, there is something to look forward to. I appreciate your time, John.
Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.
Australian of the Year nominee John Caldwell, our guest this morning.